Welcome back to our March Madness series. We're looking at what it means and what it takes to be a man of God. Almost 20 years ago, a friend of mine came up to me and asked, "Hey Kaʻala, can you help me be more manly?" Seriously, what does manly mean and what does manly look like? Does it mean you pop open a can of beer, have a long beard and chop down trees? Is that masculine, really? We went camping. He joined me and my family and we built fires and did outdoor things. We went fishing in the day and torching and spearing at night. Those were my best efforts at finding manly things to do. If someone came to me now and asked, I'd like to think I'd have much better advice. One of the problems we have in our society now is that there is no clear line between childhood and adulthood, maybe especially for boys. We don't know when we've crossed that line into manhood. No lights go off, no bells ring, we don't get a "you're now a man" certificate. Just recently, I read a list of about 25 rites of passage ceremonies describing how different cultures provide their young boys with a line to cross that identifies them as men after. One group of people in the South Pacific have one of the clearest lines into manhood that I've ever seen. The people of Vanuatu are probably the OB, original bungee jumpers in the world. They use a couple of vines tied to their ankles and leap head first off a dive tower. It used to be a tourist attraction, what's used now as a tourist attraction, before that as a harvest ritual, but originally it was a rite of passage for young men to prove their manhood. Those who jumped and lived were deemed men, very lucky men. And of course, we in the USA have a sweet 16 parties, no blood, no pain, no ordeals, no real clear line. And that's what makes fathers so important. King David in the Bible, on his deathbed, called his son Solomon to his side. And when you know you're dying and you have a limited amount of time left, you're going to be very clear and very to the point in your communication. He says to his son Solomon, "I am about to go the way of all the earth. So be strong, show yourself a man, and observe what the Lord your God requires. Walk in his ways, keep his decrees and commands, his laws and requirements, so that you may prosper in all you do and wherever you go." With King David, for Solomon to show himself a man would not require bungee jumping. Instead, to show manness, Solomon would demonstrate obedience to God. Manness begins with the decision to be a man. Being a man of God is not just deciding, it's actually doing the things a man does. Thinking the way a man does, and showing yourself to be a man, not through bungee jumping, but through godliness.